See this come to the House floor, so you're going to need to get not just Republicans to vote for it. You're going to get 40-some votes from the Republicans. So 68 less 40-some, how many Democrats do we need, guys? At least 25 probably? Yeah. You got to find some joint work here. I mean, there's got to be a little help from both sides. This isn't a Republican issue, this isn't a Democratic issue, this is a quality of life issue for Minnesota, and both sides better work together.
I see it as an icon that we can't really afford to lose, or we're going to lose some of our identity. And the economic impact down the road is going to be much more severe than any losses you might be occurring.
Yeah, we know that the Vikings are important, the Twins, you know, all these, the hockey team, the Wild, we know they're all important to the state. They're what makes Minnesota a quality of life state. That's what makes us, you know, who we are. People love living in Minnesota because of things like that. I get that. Also, this is a jobs bill, okay? I understand that. Ask the union guys I talked to after the meeting the other night. They couldn't believe they only got one vote across the aisle because they support the DFL with all their dues and all their donations. Big time. And they didn't have a very good week up there because not only did they vote down the stadium on Monday night, but on Tuesday or Wednesday we did the capital bonding bill, and they wouldn't put up a vote to pass that either. Republicans put up 69 votes with 70 members there. The Democrats put up 11. We needed 81 to pass it. We had 80. They wouldn't put up one more to pass it. So we're going to let the Capitol crumble because they don't want to put up votes to fix it. Labor wasn't very happy with that one either. We got a lot of things that we got to work on in this state. My job is to balance all these things out. The capital improvement is important. Keeping the Vikings here is important. Taking care of health care is important. You know, I get a person calling me the other night, and I got 30-some emails from people within the district. I've tried to call back every one of them or leave them messages to call me if I couldn't get a hold of them. Right? Did I call you a couple times, didn't I? I left her 3 messages before she finally let the anger go and called me. She said, Rich, I'm sorry, I couldn't call you for 3 days because I was a little too angry. Yep. And we've gotten to know each other fairly well over the past year, so.
How has this affected you from the heart, though? This must be a very difficult time for you.
It's a very difficult time, yeah. Yeah, because it would have been very easy that night just to say yay. I wouldn't have had that problem. But you know what? Have you guys seen more activity in the past 7 days than you've seen in the last several weeks? Yep. Maybe we started something Monday night. Maybe we got serious and all of a sudden the NFL shows up this past week. Okay? Maybe they heard the shot across the bow. So I think we did something that night that shook up a few people. All of a sudden Kurt Zellers is even talking about it. And he's been sitting on the fence for a long time. Thiessen is talking about, let's get this done. Okay, it sounds like everybody's on board to get it done. Prudent way, figure it out.
One more question for me and then I'll quit.
Okay.
How serious is LA's, the 2 people that want the Vikings? How aware or how serious is that to the state legislature, them leaving?
I'm not sure that they feel it's as big a threat as some people might believe it is. The one thing that we look at here is we are still working on it, and they know work is being done behind the scenes on it. The other thing is the Vikings franchise is widely followed in this area. I mean, you talk about, I think we were talking here, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Wisconsin people all coming to watch the Vikings. They have a big following here, so the NFL really doesn't want these guys moved either. They'd like to keep them here. So
I was coming back from a Vikings game with Kansas City, and there was all Missouri plates doing 80 miles an hour heading home. Mm-hmm. That was a huge impact, that one game.
Yep. So we know, again, like I said, this is a jobs bill too. We understand that. There's several thousand construction jobs, and we've had a lot of people sitting on the bench for the past couple of years that aren't laying brick and putting, block and things of that nature. So we know that's important. Electricians, plumbers, all those kind of people are going to be put to work here. So I know that's important too. And we're going to have permanent jobs afterwards. Yes, sir.
Just from what you've said, I'm going to walk away from here tonight knowing that your vote is for the Vikings.
You're going to know my vote is for the Vikings when I can say the financing looks like it's going to work properly, and I'm very close to believing that.
You've had a definitive plan in front of you for how long? And now
there's moving parts on these things, or parts of the bill that just don't make sense. How are we going to use this money? Minneapolis is using this money, and we're supposed to use it as a backup too. I mean, there's a few things going on there. We will definitely work to get this done. and watch the next couple days, and again, judge us on the finished product, okay?